Yo, what up, guys? It's Monks, and today I want to show y'all my whole journey through making this channel and also how I make my videos. It is currently, as you can see, 1:16 in the morning, and yeah, I'm not really tired and I'm on break, so yeah, I just thought I'd make this video because why not? So yeah, basically, let's start with how I got into YouTube. So I originally got in when my friend Dig, he used to film content, and he had the idea. He told me that I should start my own channel because I used to help him with his. He did Brawl Star shorts originally, and then I didn't really want to do it because I was scared of like failing. That was like a big fear of mine at the time. I didn't want to like fail and then regret it, but you should never be scared to like try something. Unless it's like dangerous, but yeah. So then eventually, I made my channel, and I had 3 channels. So one didn't do that well. The second, it did better, right? And then this is my third one. I'd say it was by far the best. So yeah, if we can look into my analytics over here, yeah. So first, for like a month, I've been getting around 30K views, around that, 20 to 30K. Some videos flopped, I just privated them, right? But then it was around the second month where I started to see progress, more specifically this video right here that ended up getting 4.3 million views, right? And I just applied for monetization for the first tier, which means that I can get channel memberships. But yeah. Yeah, so that's why that's showing up there. So this was the first video that really took off. If we can look at the graph here, it got around 250K views in like a day. Usually what happens is YouTube pushes out your video if one, like this graph, the retention graph is flat. This is the most important thing by far. And the second, the swipe rate, it kind of was bad here, but this graph was so flat it didn't really matter, right? And then the third thing is also the like ratio. Ideally, you want above 1%, but yeah, if the video is good enough, it can just break out. So yeah, once you get past 30K, then you could say like, your video broke out. So yeah, that's kind of what happened there. My first video that broke out. And then, yeah, so after this one, a few videos later, this one broke out. And then so did this one. And then these two did as well. These two flopped. I kind of got lazy after. A little bit demotivated, right? So those flopped. They didn't do as well. But I'll accept responsibility for that. I could have made sure they didn't. This one's currently actively getting pushed. It's getting around 15,000 an hour, but it's slowly decaying right here, as you can see. So now that I've showed you my analytics, I can get into how I make my videos. The first and most important part is the actual video idea itself. That's honestly the hardest part for me, right? Because it's always important to have like original ideas. Like this one was like kind of original. So yeah, and it ended up breaking because yeah, being an original idea helps the video a lot because if people haven't seen it before, they subscribe, right? They also watch longer, which I assume is what happened here. The AVD dipped a little bit, but it was higher. So yeah. So then after I come up with the video idea, I usually film it. Or not usually, I just film it. What I do is I get 2 accounts. Both of them are mine. And yeah, I basically record on my iPad. And then yeah, once I get the video, what I'll do is I'll put in a USB to my computer. Or not a USB, just like a cable. And then I'll import the video. And then I'll drag it into my editor right here. So yeah, what I always do first is before anything, I just drag the video in and make sure it's cropped to a ratio I like. Because usually the default's like 100, right? That's the default. It's like this. This is what it usually looks like. Removing these effects too. This is just what it looks like before anything's done. And obviously, this isn't like watchable at all, right? Like you wouldn't want to see a zoomed out video. So yeah, first what I do is I'd go in and zoom like that. right? I usually aim for 450 for the X value so that the player can see some of this without getting like overwhelmed with just this plain thing. So yeah, then I'll also go down a little bit so you can see like the tower, right? Because this part up here, it's not necessary. You don't need to see it. The attention's down here, so I always do that. And then after that, right, I need to add effects because this just looks boring. So what I do is I go to color and then I'd add sharpness. I used to do 100, but that's a little bit too much. So what I do is I just do 50 so that the viewer can get like a clear picture, right? So then once I add sharpness, I go over here to brightness. And I set this to like 55, like depending on the video, right? Like this one, right, it's using like the Stranger Things song that's like on every other short. So I like a dark effect, but like too dark is bad. Like this, you don't want this because then everyone would just click off. Because technically the darker the video is, the more people swipe away. You're always going to want to have like decently like light video. Like this is kind of light. Like also sometimes what I do is I'd increase like the saturation to like 20 or like 30 if it's too dark and the video needs like a lighter vibe. Or I could just decrease this like overall, right? Like that. I could do that. Maybe that's too bright, so I can do like 10 or like just put it to the default and then yeah. So then it's also very important to add keyframes because that's what keeps retention. That's what keeps the retention graph black. So that's kind of what this is over here. These things are keyframes. So I like to add in a zoom so you can see these two are the zoom, right? So it starts here at like 225 and then this would be like 245, right? So it zooms in like 20%, which gives it a good hook. Particularly why this was so good, like the hook, because the current swipe's 85, which is really good. Because like, right, the viewer first sees this. They see the Evo Skarmy, the Evo Witch, and the Golem. So like, how is this guy going to defend this, right? So then that combined with the zoom in kind of gives the viewer like a reason to stay, right? And then also the Valkyrie spawns. So yeah. And then, right, it's slowly killing all the troops. And then, yeah, it's just the golem left. And then eventually, right here, I'm going to mute this, right here. This is where, like, the golem's about to die. So then, you know, in the song, there's, like, a huge thing, right? So then what I do is I just, like, make it dark for the drop, right? Look at that. Look at the difference. Usually this is, like, 55, though. So, yeah, there we go. That's, like, a better picture. So what I do here to give it, like, this whole dark effect is I usually add shadow. So right here, yeah, we can see that the shadow is 80. And then I also decrease the saturation. Not too much, though, because if I do like 100, it just looks gray like that, right? No one's going to want to see that. So you have to find like a balance where you get like the colors. So yeah, that's kind of what I do. But yeah, throughout the whole video, like always try to put keyframes. Like see, like even after the intro right here, like after the zoom, I wait a little bit and then put a zoom in, right? Because that makes the viewer want to stay more. If they don't like see a zoom in, like they're gonna have no reason to stay. It just looks more boring. Like look at this. Like see, or no, sorry, that's the zoom. But yeah, you get the point, right? So yeah, then also for this title, I use this font, Lolita 1, I think that's what it's called. And then I always add like, you know, this white box over here to like match it a little better. Yeah, so that kind of gives that, because like, you know, without the title, it just looks boring. The viewer doesn't know what to expect. They might just click off, right? So the title makes it like more interesting, gives it like a cleaner look, right? And then after doing all that, yeah, I basically have the video. But the most important part in this whole process is definitely the idea. Like even if it's like stolen or like inspired, like the idea is just important. You also can't really do an idea that like everyone's done, because then it would just get stuck at 30K views, right? And well, I guess that's not like terrible. It's not great either, not to demotivate anyone, you know. Like if you're just starting out, don't pay attention to your views. It doesn't matter. You know, you're just learning. It's fine. So yeah. So original ideas are always important. They have a higher chance of going viral if it's a good one. Like it can't just be like some random idea that doesn't make sense. Like this makes sense, right? there's this whole swarm here with two Evos, and the Evo Valkyrie was free, right? So I put best free to play Evo because it was free to play or free to pay. Sorry. So yeah, that's what made this interesting. And also, like this idea has been done before technically, just with different cards on the enemy side. But Evo Valkyrie was used. But I thought it would be cooler because I'm pretty sure originally it was like all three witches. But I didn't really like that, to be honest. I thought it was kind of boring. And the idea was oversaturated anyways, right? So what I thought was, I was like, hey, I could add Evo Skarmy and Evo Witch to make it look more convincing. Because, obviously a Valkyrie can kill three witches. That's not, like, impressive. But if it can kill an Evo Skarmy and an Evo Witch, that's, like, way more. Because the Golem was used for both, right? So yeah, first it like instantly destroys the Skarmy. It did take a lot of damage, but it's fine. And then yeah, it kills the witch slowly. And then for the golem, it's self-explanatory. It just like pulls it back. So yeah, that's kind of how I made this video. I took like an original idea that was oversaturated, and I made it a little bit different because especially with this niche, coming up with like original ideas is so hard. Because you could literally think of something, like this happened to me so many times, you could literally think of an idea and be like, oh, this is original, I'm going to use it. And then turns out someone else used it. And it's like, damn. Like, it kind of sucks, but, it is what it is. But yeah, I guess that's like the like most important thing for this niche. Make sure your ideas are original and unique in some way. Don't just like blatantly copy everyone. Because you're not going to go viral. It's just not how it works. You're going to have to do like ideas that like not a lot of people have seen, Right, yeah, so that's about it for me. But, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And if you want like another one, just let me know. But yeah, peace.